Hi, my name is 𝘨𝘀𝘵𝘀𝘆𝘀𝑗. I'm a founder from Africa, building my company called fima AI here in Africa. And why that's such a unique statement is that I've had to face an immense amount of challenges in order to get the freedom of time and movement to speak to the right kinds of people, read the right kinds of books, and be in the right kinds of rooms to walk away with the correct kind of information to put me in a place where I'm moving in the right direction while building my company. And so I sort of have this first mover's responsibility to not just build systems that I want to sell off to you, the other African founder, who is my ideal customer, right? And so I just wanted this video to be an honest conversation between myself and my ideal customer to see where can we meet in the middle in terms of value shared, right? So the value proposition is that I need a lot of data in order to understand collaboration, who you're collaborating with, why you're collaborating with them, and what makes you want to use my system long term. And I've gained a lot of engineering experience over the last 6 years that I was an engineering consultant, and I'm able to build and deploy systems online quickly that are very well architected and robust to meet your needs where I understand them. So I sort of split the value proposition into three parts, right? Like, what is the value for you, the African founder, the value for fima AI, and what the shared value for the entire community is. So the value for you, the African founder, is that people that are in the sort of like idea validation stage need to be able to understand very well who their ideal customers is. And not every company is a sort of engineering centric company, and not every founder is a technical founder. So I have the ability to abstract and build those systems such that you are able to validate quickly and understand your customer and environment, while the value for fima AI is that I capture that data and I keep it local so that later on you don't have to buy back that data. You continue to use fima AI on a platform that you've been contributing data to at a price that's reasonable, that's locally serving, you would say. And the value for the community is that we get to create data sets that are very unique to our problem. So that is, any other person that follows after this that wants to create a company, they can look at historical data about companies that have been launched on DataGround. So this is where I get into what DataGround does. So I'm creating DataGround to be a platform where founders can list their companies. So you've probably heard this from advice outside that when you want to launch your company, you probably need to launch it on a platform that is there to give you access to feedback, users that would potentially buy from you. So I'm creating DataGround to be that platform where you list your company, you get feedback from the community, and potentially even sell the first versions of your product to the people that would have given you feedback initially. And also, the people that follow after this look at historical data about companies that have launched on DataGround, giving us a lens into sort of like the socio-economic areas in which we're solving problems. That is, I get to ship features in fima AI, the collaboration platform, that are actually necessary to companies that have gained traction on the platform. And so, without getting into sort of like too much of what DataGround will become, this is just the initial versions of what that platform is. And it serves as a platform that collectively allows us to capture all the data about the problems that we are solving for the continent, and allows us to iterate at a speed that otherwise wouldn't be possible if the data didn't belong to us. So right now, if you go to DataGround, app.dataground.fima.ai, you'll see some initial text to explain what DataGround does. And later on, new features will be coming. I'm building DataGround daily, and I wanted to create this lens into what DataGround actually is about, what value it brings for me and you. And I hope to see some people signing up. There's a waiting list for me to actually just capture who's interested, what areas you guys are solving problems in, and from there, the platform just becomes bigger and bigger, and it serves you and fima AI both. Thank you for watching to the end, and I'm gonna be making more of these videos as I build DataGround, as I get more information and I actually get to serve and explain the areas that are necessary and actually address the kinds of questions you might have about what DataGround is and where it's going. Thanks.